Yeah, we had a bunch of people from South Africa talk to us, of course, about apartheid, which they've lived every day. So again, this connection that we want to make sure that
Oh.
Hey everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Indigo.
And I'm Crew.
And today we're going to be talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2, like we promised you we would last week.
Yeah! What is Beyond Good and Evil 2? If you haven't heard of Beyond Good and Evil 2, first of all, I wouldn't be surprised. Beyond Good and Evil 1 was kind of an under-the-radar cult classic, I guess you could call it. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a super early development, like pre-alpha status game. It's a pirate space simulator type of thing. Super open world concept, really kind of like vast scale to it. And I know it's really me as a person to make this comparison, but like I said last time, what No Man's Sky should have been.
You said it's pre-alpha and it's like really early in development, so it's only been like on the table for like what, like 6 months, maybe a year?
Yeah, sometime between 6 months and like a decade. It's been in development for a super long time. It took them, I think, over 3 years to develop just the engine for like creating the world in such a way that it wouldn't load between, for example, leaving a building, getting into a spaceship, flying into outer space onto another planet. Like, there's not supposed to be load times between those things. So just creating the engine, the back end, to support that kind of gameplay took them 3 years. It's a super ambitious project if you haven't been able to tell by now. Again, super early alpha, so we don't have even super basic details like what platforms is it releasing on, or like, is it releasing this year or next year or the year after that? Who knows? We don't. But we do have a lot of interesting details about what the developers want the game to be. And I think that's kind of the important part here, is to understand the scope of what they want and then kind of like bring ourselves into a realistic place. Like, do we think this is actually gonna happen? So let's do that. I think it's important to understand Beyond Good and Evil 1 first, so we'll spend like a really short amount of time on it. Beyond Good and Evil 1 is a game from 2003 by the creator of Rayman, who's actually also the lead game designer of Beyond Good and Evil 2, so they kept the same gentleman for both games. The game's actually supposed to be a trilogy, so Beyond Good and Evil 2 is technically the middle of the trilogy. The reason I wanted to bring up Beyond Good and Evil 1 is just to kind of lay out where the game's roots come from. It's obviously gonna look nothing like Beyond Good and Evil 1. Beyond Good and Evil 1 literally looks like Rayman. Like, it's got that cartoony kind of comedic vibe to it.
It's cell-shaded.
Yeah, it's very cell-shaded. It has a lot of mechanics that are super childlike in nature, I say. Beyond Good and Evil 2 looks like a game that I would play, like a AAA like actual game. But it's fun to look at history, so look at it. Now to the interesting part. Why are we excited about Beyond Good and Evil 2? First of all, the scale is fucking enormous. That is, I think, the thing that has got me the most like interested in following this game is that if you have a 200-kilometer capital ship and you're in, you know, a 20-kilometer fighter, you can fly your fighter into the capital ship and land it. And then like your character can get out of your fighter and just kind of walk through the capital ship. Like, those spaces, even if they're super large and yet portable ships, you can still traverse them, right? You can still walk around in them, and they have like personality. There's crews in those ships that you can talk to with characters, and it's the same thing with the world. Like, you're flying around the world, and it's not just, okay, there's like a planet surface that's, you know, procedurally generated and there are resources that you can collect, No Man's Sky. There's like cities with inhabitants that do things and like run businesses and like walk the streets and you know, get into trouble. It's not just a person sitting in a chair being an NPC for the sake of being an NPC, right? They're actually characters, which is another part of the game that really excites me, is like that kind of scale, that kind of planet-wide scale and universe-wide scale, with also the ambition of creating like a living universe. That, I think, is something that hasn't been done yet successfully. All of that is really exciting, right? Like, you'd even...
No, I saw the videos. I'm intrigued about. I've seen Let's Plays of Good and Evil 1. Looks nothing like Good and Evil 2.
Yep.
I think they're like...
Thankfully.
They're only like tangentially.
Yeah,
like,
they're related in lore alone.
Yeah.
Like, that is it.
and so that's interesting. I think that the game has a lot of potential, but I think that we're in such an early stage that I don't think that I've got high hopes until I got a little bit more meat to chew on.
And that's kind of where we're coming from at the end of this video here, is that, yeah, this is all really exciting, and yeah, they're being really ambitious, and yeah, the stuff they've shown us so far seems like it's living up to the hype, but we've been screwed like this before. So I don't want to get, super hyped about it. Like, I'm definitely never going to stop following this game until it, does something that I'm just kind of like, oh, hey, that's not what I wanted to happen.
They're like, wait, why are all of the characters just penises?
That's not what I want.
I think he would actually start following it more.
Not wrong. So while I'm not going to give up on it just yet, I'm also going to try and kind of tame my excitement.
Your hype.
I'm going to not
slowing the train down.
I'm not going to board the hype train just yet, but I will longingly stare at a ticket to the hype train. There's also the fact that this is obviously a very ambitious project, and even if everything goes perfectly, right? Like, they get exactly what they want out of what they're building, and it's just exactly what they envisioned, it's going to be a while because of the scale, because of the ambition. Definitely not going to see it this year because of, the developers have come out and straight up said, like, 2018 is not realistic at all.
No.
So 2019, maybe the end of 2019, maybe the beginning of 2020, who knows? That is 100% speculation. Doing updates for the dedicated community. They have the Flying Monkey program, which allows you to sign up for updates, basically, and then potentially gives you the option to participate down the road in what I assume is a lottery system. And so they're doing that outreach. They're trying to keep the hype train alive, but 2 years is a lot to ask. So I'm just, honestly, like, there are some negative bits here, but I will want nothing but the best for them. I really wish them, like, all the luck in the world, and I really want to see the finished product. That having been said, why don't you guys head down to the comments, let us know what you think. Is this something you're really excited for? Is this something that you're kind of like me, trying to be educated about but not board the hype train for? Or is this something that wildly disinterests you? And if you're in that last group, please take special care to let us know why, because I'm really curious as to how this doesn't just get you rock hard.
And can you solve a debate for myself and crew? Can you let us know, does this game even remotely look like No Man's Sky?
I don't know why he's bringing that up. I said that I was wrong in the end. The only reason I said it
looks like because there's a sun and there's light.
Because there's lens flare. That's the only thing that just caught me was
this is the J.J. Abrams game, okay?
After you write those comments, why don't you head down over into the section where you can vote on the video things that are good. Hit the subscribe button in that general area. Also hit the like button in the general area. Also hit the bell icon in that general area. If you hit the bell icon, we will stop messing up these outros so egregiously. That's not true at all.
Not gonna happen.
That's less true than all the rest of the lies we've told you about the bell icon. And after you do that, why don't you head on over to Instagram. You can check out some behind the scenes photos and photos of cute doggies on our set, and little sneak peeks of the videos before they come out. It's really good times. And once you're done with that, head on over to Twitter. You can have a conversation with us and talk about gaming-related things. I'm at QueueQT on Twitter.
I'm at Indigo on Twitter. I'm at IndigoQT, and I will continue to f these up.
Because you didn't hit the bell icon.
Because you didn't hit the bell icon. You can hit both of us up at _QueueTimes.
Yeah.
We've been GameGorgon. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.